Are those okay with you as students, or would changing them be
What the tab names are?
the ones at
Or
the bottom?
yeah.
Yes, like the main topics. What would be, like, do they capture your attention if you were going to the site looking for something in particular, or should we be more?
I think for the most part it works really good, although, like I said earlier, how there's the leadership initiatives on the homepage.
Yeah.
To put that into current students, since that's the target audience of what it is. And also just to make sure that that tab itself is updated and provides the correct contact information for students wanting to get involved in clubs and like join ambassadors or DL50 or leader mentors.
So I think the breakdown of the links that are within the current students page do give you a good enough idea of what those are about.
Yeah.
They do let you get the information that you're trying to get to.
So as students, would you be more likely to visit the site to get that information, or would you just call your advisor?
If that these were here instead of if it was presented like this.
So what would be the main purpose for you to actually go to the website?
For me, honestly, it would be to get that information, because I know when I was a freshman, I asked my advisor, oh, what clubs should I get involved with on campus? And they actually said visit this website because it provides all the contact information for it. So I think if advisors were just to take
Let the
students to this page itself if they want more information for it.
So let me ask a follow-up question on that. If one of our primary objectives is to get students familiar with the site and at least visit it from time to time, and yet it sounds like maybe Facebook is the preferred way of communicating media events or things that are current happening. Is it best to maintain two separate platforms as opposed to, say, having a banner on this site that would give somebody an excuse to check it from time to time, or a calendar function or upcoming events or something like that, which I don't think is there now?
It's not updated.
Or not updated.
Yeah.
Might as well not be there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
from your standpoint as users, is it best to maintain two different kinds of platforms? One, sort of the Facebook thing for immediate messaging, and then this thing that you can always go to for more in-depth information about stuff. Or trying to combine the functions? What do you think?
I was actually going to mention that for the Facebook page, because you said, should we have a link for the Facebook page on here? And I think there needs to be a link on the Facebook page for this website. I think they absolutely need to speak to each other, because there's valuable information in both areas, and that's where technology is going today. It's supposed to speak with one another. And I like what you're saying. I was just thinking almost that every event, for me, it's so much more satisfying when I go on Facebook and there's an event and you click join. Like, I'm joining that event and it's a commitment step almost. Whereas if it's on a calendar, and I think it should still be on the calendar, but I think that you have an action step involved in that, and I think Facebook could be a great resource for that. But I do also think that the two things should speak with one another, and I think that they could definitely bolster each other more and more. That's my thought.
How many of you are graduating?
What's that?
How many of you are graduating in May?
We're all juniors.
Oh, isn't this
Oh,
wonderful?
that's okay.
Oh, great.
We'll all have a year.
And the other,
Here's your-
to answer the question about the student communication, the marketing team actually surveyed on that in depth, and they'll present on Friday at 2 p.m.
That's
in this
right.
room.
Right.
So just if you want to see more information and more numbers on that, they'll actually present that on Friday.
Nice job.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So, just in terms of getting people to visit the site, currently, how are advising appointments scheduled?
Within the unit.
So for each advisor or for
And
CAS
each
advisor?
advisor.
For CAS advisor.
For CAS advising, it's either in person, over
Yeah.
the phone,
Or email.
or email, but mostly.
Okay. So what if you forced people to
Yeah,
make an
that's the other
appointment?
way.
I actually think
Oh,
that'd be very good.
To push
I
them
like
to the
this.
side.
Yes.
Oh, I like
Actually.
this. Could save
Actually-
hours now.
Yeah, so if you want to, and in that pathway to get to that, you could put some of these links that are most interesting and valuable to students
Yeah.
on that same page, and then they're like, oh, this is here now, and now granted, it's a bit coercive, You're saying you have to use this website to sign up.
It's helpful.
I mean, you could do, it's
Yeah.
helpful, so you could have it for central advising if they want it. Then they, where you say CAS central advisors do the following.
Yeah.
And then for the unit advisors, we could show the unit advisors and they could click on it.
Right.
And-
So that it becomes.
And this will
a
lead to
single
some consternation, but we'll know students get seen.
Well, the
Yeah.
department advisors already use an online advising system that's,
Yeah,
it's
notes
housed in
and
social
everything.
behavioral sciences. It's
Mhm.
the WISE Advise, I'm not sure if you're
Mhm.
familiar with
Yeah.
it. So I don't know how we'd be able to link this page to.
Well,
to
you
that.
could provide a link that says, look, if you're in this department, click this link. And then that would that would push into that system. But you could, within CAS, you could set up even a form that would just email particular advisors, say, hey, I want to set up an appointment. I mean, that's
Oh, you
probably
like one of the
fastest
things that
way.
says, state your problem, your message to
Right.
us, and
Yes.
it goes.
That would be
You
the
know, that
fastest
might be-
way.
Because a lot of the students that visit our office for an appointment, it's mostly they need something urgent
Mhm.
Yeah.
at the college level.
Mhm.
The majority of students meet with their major advisors at the department level more frequently than they do in our office.
Yeah.
So for us, it's mostly for policy interpretation type of
Mhm.
thing, but it typically tends to be in person.
Yeah.
We get the
But
problems.
that's a great.
Yeah.
Everybody else does the basic regular
Yeah,
process.
it's like the post office.
We get
right?
all the problems.
Yeah, so, but that may be, and I don't know how feasible that is with the system that departmental advisors are using, but if there were a way to sort of make it a requirement that people hit this site,
Yeah.
or perhaps emphasize it a little bit more when we do the first year student induction, you know, to say, or the second, you know, whenever people come into the college, to say, look, here's a resource that before you call your CAS advisor, check the site.
Can we get something on the CALS homepage that will say for students,
Yes,
so that we can tap right in, because otherwise you would never.
He's already doing that.
yeah.
Never find
He's
it.
already doing
We're-
that.
You just,
so-
you can't find
So
us
the
from the
reason
CALS
I'm here,
homepage.
Joy, so the reason I'm here, Joy, is to steal their list of links and work with Jim as we do this to pull the ones that we think are most important that we want to push students to from the college page. And we're currently using academics as our term. We might want to have that conversation this
Right.
morning.
Right.
Again, we might want to fight that battle again
Right.
because academics can mean a lot of things, whereas students. is
Well,
pretty
students are
clear.
pretty clear.
Academics is
Right.
required students click on.
Well, see, so this is part of the problem. We only have like 8 slots in that band, right? We've only got 8 bricks in that band.
Can't you give us a separate little box below the band that says students click here?
Well, I'll take that, because our meeting is what's gonna be on the homepage. We're doing content, we're having content
Good.
editing meeting on what's gonna be on the CALS
Great.
homepage, so this input is valuable.
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, we were talking to students about graduation, we realized that they don't use the term
Right.
convocation, they use the term graduation.
Yeah.
So, you know, you need something that says students academics is not gonna cut it. You can leave academics, so you don't have to fight the battle, and then just give us a tab
Well,
that says students.
Well, we're taking a cue from Arizona.edu, which is we're trying to be more student-centered and more student-focused. And we're also trying to work through how things are done with the college and making sure that we don't leave out important parts of our research and our extension mission as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
So we're trying to.
Well, I'm not bucking for research and extension.
I know,
Bucking for
completely,
students.
and, yeah, no, exactly, so, but we do want to,
We'll let Parker and Jeff fight.
yeah, we do want to orient more toward students and particularly toward undergraduates, I think.
I'd
Thank
like
you
to
all for
ask
coming.
you, what's the best way to
Sorry.
get students to LinkedIn, to join LinkedIn? What would say, oh crap, I better do this?
Requiring it for class. Yep. I'm
I
gonna
think
say
class,
that.
yeah.
Requiring it for
I know for
class.
AGTM 422, you
You
have
have
to
to.
create
We
a
got
LinkedIn
that.
Yep.
profile.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
it's one of our exit
But also
codes.
then just realizing that a lot of professionals are not.
Just asking won't cut it clearly, so.
No, yeah.
So we have to make it mandatory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming. These ladies and gentlemen have to get to class.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you
Thank
much.
you all so much for your
We'll
input.
hope to see you next year in the DL50. And some of you as interns to help us work through actually making and constructing the website.
Or student employees.
Yes, or student employees, you may have worked yourself into a job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.